Hello, and welcome to the Hayley and Allyson show here on Backchannel, the only place to listen, watch, and interact with hosts live here with your device. Unfortunately, Allyson isn't here today, so lovely producer Will is stepping in to hold the fort. Hi, Will.
Good morning. How's it going?
Yeah, I'm good. How are you?
I'm okay. I had a very relaxing weekend. I feel
You sound so tense still. I'm okay. I had a very relaxing weekend.
I did. No, I'm feeling good. It's a Monday.
It is a Monday.
Life.
Listen, let us know where you are in the world and let us know if you are feeling relaxed this Monday morning. Get in touch. The command to give to your device if you are watching via an Echo show is the word say. Or if you are listening on an audio-only device, hop onto backchannel.tv. You can get involved with the chat that way. Let us know why you are up at this ungodly hour. If you are, we're doing this, so that's our reason. But what is your reason? Get involved. Because we're in the UK, if you haven't watched or listened to us before, and it's been very snowy here, hasn't it, Will?
Yeah, we got loads. It started Sunday morning, Sunday afternoon. It just not stopped. We got loads.
It's not too bad here where I am at the minute, but it's been very, very snowy, which is nice. I love the snow, but at the same time, now I've got a job where I actually have to get to places. It's a bit difficult.
So this is why I love the snow, because as long as I've got food in the house, fine. I don't have to go anywhere, so it's not my problem. I just sit here and look at it when it's pretty and watch it fall, and it's fine.
Yeah, it's a problem for your mental health, though. Maybe get out and about every now and again, Will.
Yeah, I probably should go outside just to check that it's still there.
Yeah, good morning.
No, me and my housemates went to build a snowman.
Did you?
And yeah, it was only
Carrot
a little
for the
one,
nose?
though. No, we weren't that prepared. We just had to make do with what the park supplied to us, which is mostly sticks and snow.
Sticks and snow.
And we made a little headpiece, a headdress, if you will, out of plants.
That sounds lovely and
terrifying.
Was lovely.
It was cute. It was only little. It was only tiny. But,
it sounds horrifying. Well, it sounds like something I'd have a nightmare about.
No, it was gracious and incredible.
Well, if you've built a snowman, I very much doubt it, because you're all in the US and I'm sure the weather is a lot better than it is here. It's November the 29th today. It's almost December. I know. Have you bought these Christmas decorations up yet?
Okay, so because I live in a house share, none of us are actually going to be here on Christmas Day. So we're not going to buy a Christmas tree or anything. But we're like, it'd be nice if the house felt a little bit Christmassy, in the lead up to December. So we've got one of these big, tall, plastic IKEA, bamboo plant things. Do you know what I mean? And it's got some, plastic leaves on it.
Yeah.
So we're just going to decorate that.
That sounds hideous.
It's not...
That doesn't even feel Christmassy.
No, but it will be Christmas. So I bought some lights to put on it, and I bought 2 packets of baubles. And my housemate is going to buy some baubles as well, and we're going to decorate it. But I've told him that we're not allowed to do it until Wednesday.
Oh, listen, if you
want to decorate the Christmas bamboo,
if you want to contribute towards Will's Christmas, we'll do a GoFundMe at the end of the show.
It's not that we can't afford it. It's just that.
Oh, it just sounds so sad. A plastic plant with baubles on is just making my heart break.
No, it's going to be amazing, and Father Christmas is going to come and put stuff under it.
Maybe we'll get a picture out and show everyone.
By the end of I'm hoping to do it on the 1st, but I promise I had to do it with my housemate. So I'll promise you that when it happens, I'll bring you a picture of it.
But I can't wait. I cannot wait to look at that and cry. It's November 29th. It's Scorpio season, and it is happy birthday to our celebrity listeners. Are they listening? Who knows?
Yeah,
they might be. Anna Faris. She is 45 today. She looks so good for 45.
She looks amazing for 45. I suspect it's the Botox.
Maybe, allegedly. I'm sure it's just youthful, great genes. Happy birthday, Anna. I hope you're enjoying your day. Don Cheadle is 57 today. Happy birthday, Don.
He looks good for 57.
He does look good. And C.S. Lewis doesn't look good for his age because he's actually dead. He's passed away. But it's his birthday today. He is the author of The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, if you didn't know. An absolute banging book. Get on it if you haven't seen it. It's Cyber Monday today. Don't entirely know what that means.
Yes, you do, Hayley. It's so Black Friday is all the deals in the stores. You go into the stores, you get your Black Friday deals.
Yeah.
Cyber Monday is the online version of it. So you go online and all the good deals are online on Cyber Monday.
It's the same thing, isn't it, really?
It is
Do you,
now. It used to be a big thing, but now it's just the same.
do you know what I bought in the Black Friday sales?
I was gonna ask you if you've got any good deals.
Yeah, got some.
What'd you get? Let me guess. You got like a new air fryer for your kitchen. I'm thinking some kind of kitchen gear.
No, I'm not a cook, Will. I'm not a cook.
Yeah, this is what I'm thinking, like gadgets to make it easy, like an air fryer.
I'd love an air fryer, but I didn't. I got some immune suppressant vitamins. Immune booster vitamins.
I was going to say, you don't want immune suppressant vitamins. That's the opposite of what they do.
I'm sick of being ill, and I was like, oh, these vitamins are usually £30, but they're down to £9.99. I'll get myself a bottle of them.
Wow.
That's the age I'm at, Will.
That's so exciting.
Yeah,
no,
you've got
like no new clothes.
No. Oh no, I did actually. I bought 2 new shirts for to wear on stage.
Okay.
I like to wear a shirt and feel smart, so I bought them. They were £5. Oh, sorry, I'm so bad with technology that is just going off. I have no idea. Just feel like my mama. But also today, it's Electronic Greetings Day. Of course it is. Apparently this day encourages to send an electronic greeting. So I presume that's just an email, is it?
Yeah, or like, do you remember when like e-cards used to be a big thing?
They've never been big, e-cards.
Okay, they had a moment, but they were never really big. It was the kind of thing your uncle would send you. But I always thought that they would like give my computer a virus.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of I'm not a fan of the e-card.
But now everything is an electronic greeting. If you text somebody hi, it's an electronic greeting. Yeah. This is an electronic greeting.
It technically is. If you would like to send us a greeting and let us know hi, then do get in touch. We would love to hear from you. We are here until 8 a.m. this morning, so get involved in the show. We have shows here all day on the Hayley and Will show today. It's coming up directly after us, is Liv Harrison with her show Live Every Day. Then there's the Anthony Davis show, which is on 12 till 2. And then 2 till 4, your pal Hal with Hal Rudnick. You can get involved in all of those shows today. Like I say, Backchannel is the only place to listen and interact with hosts live via your device. So do get involved with the show. Coming up in the show today, we are going to be doing the news stories from around the world, but the fun news stories, aren't they, Will?
Yeah, they are. They're the kind of thing that if you turn on your TV in the morning, you're not going to hear these stories. They're just not getting the coverage they need.
Yeah.
And for good reason.
Yeah, they're not good enough. That's why. But we cover them here because we've got 2 hours to fill. That's why. Also coming up, we're going to be doing the 1-star review game. We take reviews that people have left 1 stars online. We read them out and you have to guess what the film is. And you could win the great prize today of producer Will giving you a compliment. That's what it is today, Will.
It's a rarity.
Yeah. It's very rare. Look, there's no enthusiasm in that man. But today he will be.
If he says something nice.
Yes, you've got to work yourself up to it. I'm aware.
Okay.
But producer will be giving you a compliment. Will. And we're also going to be doing our agony anti section with myself and Will. We'll be trying to solve your problems. So if you've got a problem you'd like us to discuss live on air, don't name any names so we can't get sued. And get in touch with us. The command to give to your device is the word say, followed by your problem. Or if you're listening on an audio only echo, hop on to backchannel.tv, type your problem in there. Also, we're going to be doing a lovely game of true or false with myself and Will. We'll be getting competitive, whether he likes it or not.
Do I have to play on behalf of Allyson? I don't think I'm... That's a lot of... I'm feeling also, the weight of that.
You should, because you've prepped the question, so this really isn't fair, actually. Thinking of it, actually, producer Will. It's
you know
really
what?
unfair.
You should have thought about that before... I don't know.
I mean, you're young. You probably forgot what the answers were. I presume.
Also... it's quite difficult and really random and weird and bizarre, the true or false theme today.
Right, so that bodes well for me. Brilliant stuff. Well, we'll look forward to that later on in the show. But first, let's do the news stories. Will, do you want to give us the first one that you've seen that's caught your eye?
Yeah, I do. It's about a German man. I'm chronically early everywhere, okay?
Yeah.
Because I'm scared of being late, because I'm scared of making people mad. So I'm always really early everywhere. This guy had his driving test booked in.
Mm-hmm.
This German man, he had his driving test booked in, and he thought, I don't want to be late to my driving test. So I think the best way to get there on time is to drive.
Of
So
course it
he
is. Yeah.
just hopped in his car and drove himself to his own driving test.
'Amazing.
30-year-old man in Germany. He parked up outside the test center where the examiner was waiting for him. And the examiner guy was like, "What's this? What are you doing? What are you playing at? You can't drive to your own driving test. That's not how this works." So yeah, and he said that he just drove there because he wanted to make sure he got there on time.
I mean, it does make sense until you realise, obviously, he hasn't got a license because he hasn't got a
Yeah,
test.
and it is
Okay.
actually against the law. So
It
he didn't.
is.
He wasn't allowed to do his test. They just like called it off. And now they're like investigating like who owns the car and how and why this guy was driving it without a license.
But you can't blame him. He's used his initiative badly.
Problem solving,
Problem solving. Yeah. I wonder what happens there. But maybe we should follow up and we could write to him in prison, maybe about.
Excuse me, random German man. I can't drive because I'm a useless young person.
Have you ever had any lessons?
No.
Hmm.
Do you want to teach me? It could be our new feature. We can get in the car. This is such a good idea for a Backchannel feature, right? It's you and me in a car, your car probably.
Okay, first of all, you're not getting in my car, Will, right? I am not having you in my lovely car. I've got a good car. I can't afford that to get scratched up.
But I'm a responsible young man. So, come on.
No. I'll tell you what happened on my driving test, actually. I passed on my second time. First time I was too close to a parked car, apparently, when I was driving. Mm-hmm. And the second time I thought I'd failed because a youth, a very, what do they call them in the States where they're like chavs? Hillbilly? Would you say that? So basically, a very naughty boy stepped out in front of my car and did an obscene gesture. So I had to do an emergency stop while he's in the middle of the road on his bike doing something with his hands that is not appropriate to do to a young lady at the time. And then I had the rest of the test. I was like, well, I've failed now because of that, but I didn't.
But that wasn't your fault, though, and you handled it. It sounded like you handled it fine.
I did.
Did they say anything about it?
No, they didn't know. But it's very funny looking back, not at the time when you're very, very stressed because driving test is very, very, very stressful.
How old were you?
23.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm only 25, so not that far behind.
Yeah, you can do it, Will. I have faith, but I'm not teaching you. I'm not patient.
I think sometimes I think I'll be a good driver because I am quite patient and I don't get flustered that easily.
Okay.
But then I think I'll be a rubbish driver because I'm very like flinchy. I'm very like jumpy. Do you know what I mean?
Well, that's not good, is it?
No, it's not. And also I have terrible hand-eye coordination. So...
Well, that bodes really well. Listen, if you'd like to teach producer Will how to drive, get in touch. I mean, it'd be the wrong side of the road if you're in the US, but we can work on that. Get in touch, let us know. We are here until 8 a.m. We're talking the news stories today on the Hayley and Will show this morning. And I read a news story from your neck of the woods, Will, in Yorkshire.
Up here?
Yeah, up here, where there was basically a golf course in West Yorkshire had to shut itself down briefly because two pigs got themselves, really big pigs as well, giant pigs, got themselves onto the golf course and took over it, charging at people and causing damage.
Oh my goodness.
Massive pigs as well. They don't actually look like pigs, to be honest with you. They look like small horses. That's how big these pigs were. They look like the warthog from Lion King. That's what they are.
Oh, yeah. Pumbaa.
But yeah,
so God, that's big.
Yeah, they are big. But yeah, the club professional David McKidd said that the pigs were first spotted on the course on Sunday, injuring a golfer by causing cuts to his legs. Now, that's not funny, but it did make me laugh. They later returned on Tuesday, so they just keep popping in.
Yeah.
Like, do you know what? Something to do, isn't it, for the day? Do you know when you're a pig and you wake up, you're like, what should we do today?
And the thing is, like, in Yorkshire, or anywhere, like, they're all just back onto, like, fields or whatever anyway, so it's not hard to imagine that one would just, like, wander off and get lost. But it's a bad time. If you're a pig, it's a bad time of year to be getting in people's bad books, isn't it? Because you'll be in a
Well,
blanket before you know it.
that's the thing, isn't it? They need to be careful. I mean, I wouldn't mess with these picks. I wouldn't want to be on the golf course perfecting my swing, and then a giant pig runs at me. That would be quite
No.
amusing.
Yeah.
Not, but there you go. Have you ever played golf, Will?
Here's the thing about golf: is
Okay.
that I like there's only 3 parts of golf that I like: the driving bit at the start.
Yeah.
So I go to the driving range, fine.
Yeah.
Put
Great
in
fun.
at the end, fine. The bit in the middle, not interested.
It's all the walking, isn't it? It's mainly exercise golf.
It is. I think that men invented golf because they don't want to admit that they just want to go on a walk with each other. They like have to make it this like competitive kind of game thing.
Yeah.
So yeah,
and also it takes them out the house all day, so they're like, great, I don't have to go
Yeah,
home,
that's a
see
good
my
one.
other half. So they're like, we'll just do this. We'll do this all day, just hitting a ball, walking to get it,
Yeah,
hitting it again. I mean, when you think about it, boring, isn't it?
it is boring, but
if you enjoy it, then that's the thing for you.
And this is why they invented crazy golf,
Make it more fun.
to make it more appealing to the masses. When we were in Vegas years and years and years ago, we went to Kiss, the band Kiss?
Yes.
We went to Kiss themed crazy golf.
And it was sort of like and it was going up your tongue and stuff like that, wasn't it?
It was like neon and it was moving. They had a chapel there.
Yeah, of course they did. It's Vegas. You
yeah.
could marry midway round the crazy
on
golf
the
course.
edge of the sixth.
Yeah.
And it was great. It was good.
Yeah, I do like a little game of crazy golf. But the thing is, Will, as you've known from this show, I'm very competitive.
Yeah.
So even crazy golf, I get a little bit annoyed when I don't
You
win.
I can imagine it getting very competitive.
And I went to junkyard golf, which is the thing here in the UK, which is basically crazy golf, but like like in a kitchen sink and things like that. So it's all like sort of rubbish around the place. It looks great. It sounds awful, but it looks great. And I went with 2 of my friends and I got really competitive then. They're like, this is just meant to be fun. I'm like, no, I will get this in the fan and through the clown's mouth in one go. Thank you, please. But
and how did you do? Did you win?
I didn't win, actually.
Okay.
Don't want to talk about it. Still hurts.
That's fine.
4 years ago, still hurts. I read it. Oh, sorry, Will.
The final thing about golf, because it is extremely dull, but when I went home at Easter to my parents' house, they just dug 4 holes in the lawn.
I mean, that sounds suspicious as anything, doesn't it?
Little, like, not to put a body in, but just like little ones the size of a golf ball, and we had to do 18 holes.
Hang on. So you went home and your parents have dug 4 holes in the garden, right? Which instantly would make me call the police. But anyway,
it's
and
not
they've gone,
a big
oh no,
piece of grass. It's only, it's not huge. We're not talking about a big house here.
And they're like, we're going to play golf in the back garden.
Yeah, and we had to do 18 holes, so we had to play the 4 holes like 4 times.
That just makes me think your parents didn't want you to come into the house for some specific reason. They're like, oh no, play outside, kids, just while we get the bleach out.
It was not warm. Like this is Easter in Yorkshire. It was freezing. There's a picture of my sister and her boyfriend like huddled under these blankets because it was freezing.
This sounds like a Netflix documentary where they're like, and when did you first realise your parents were up to something? Well, they made us play outside in the cold with a fake golf course they've created for 8 hours while they were inside. Just getting pin bags out.
Yeah.
But there we go. We're talking the news stories here on the Hayley and Allyson show with producer Will for today on Backchannel, the only place to listen, watch and interact with us live via your device. If you are watching on an Echo show, the command to give to your device is the word say, or hop onto backchannel.tv if you're listening on an audio-only Echo. You can get involved with the show that way. We're talking the news stories this morning, and a lovely news story, and I sort of agree with this. So, in Australia, the Australian Council have banned cats from outside unless they are on a lead. And I'm sort of with them on this.
Why?
Because, right, where I live, every day, we have about 4 different cats. We don't own cats, by the way. But every day there's about 4 different cats in our garden, defecating on my lawn, right, in my plants. And I'm not even a big gardener, but I just think, come on. Do it in your own house.
Do it on your own plants.
Do it in your own plants, yeah. They're not even friendly. They don't even come up. And I'm an animal lover. I go out, it's like, oh, hello. And they just run off. They just do the business, run off.
Yeah.
Do you know what my mum used to do? I mean, maybe this is animal cruelty, but if she was a big gardener a while back, not so much anymore. And when the cats used to come and do their business on her garden, she had a super soaker, like a water gun.
Mm-hmm.
And she'd get the water gun out and fire it. And I was like,
yeah. My granddad's got one.
Your granddad?
He's the same.
How old's your granddad?
82.
82 of a super soaker. I'd love to see it.
Yeah. And he sees them from like the kitchen window, and then and by the time he gets there, they're gone. He also has these devices because he's the same. Like he's big into his gardening. So he also have these devices that you like stick into the grass, and they're supposed to emit like a really high pitched frequency that only cats can hear, and it like deters them.
He's like doing Home Alone, but on the cats. He's like booby trapping his garden.
Yeah, Garden Alone.
Garden Alone would be the worst film ever, wouldn't
It's
it? Just an old man with a super soaker.
Yeah.
I have to protect my garden.
Keep off me carrots. That's what
I can't wait to watch Home Alone. I cannot wait.
neither.
Anyway,
I was so rubbish at watching Christmas movies last year that I'm going to watch so many this year.
We should do the Christmas one-star movie review.
Okay.
Yeah, totally. But anyway, changing subject. So apparently now Australian law, they're going to prohibit cats from roaming free. They've got to be on a lead, which, I mean, a lot of people, because cats are cats, aren't they? They don't like to be told where to go, what to do, anything. They're very stubborn. But now in certain areas of Australia, they've got to be on a lead. My partner's mum, she has 3 cats. They're house cats, so they don't go outside. And she walks them on a lead, which I just think's hilarious.
That's funny.
Because they don't go where you want them to go. They're just like, no, I'll go where I'm going. You follow me.
I met my friend's case, not my friend anymore. I met someone's cat for the first time earlier in the year. And he said, oh, you've got to blink at him slowly. Because that's how you say hello in cats.
Yes. Apparently.
To show that you're like not a threat or something.
Yeah. Apparently, if cats trust you, if you blink and they blink back, that means they trust you. I mean, I don't know who's worked that out. I don't know if it's a real thing. We just look insane blinking at cats. Like, just look like we're... Yes. Do you do that?
Are you a cat person?
Not really. I like all animals, but I'm allergic to cats. So it doesn't really bode well. I love them and I want to stroke them, and then I look like I can't see out of my eyes by the end of it.
I used to think that I was a dog person, but I think one of the things that I've learned about myself is that a dog would be far too high maintenance for me, and that a cat, like me, is like, yeah, just like feed me, give me affection some of the time, but for the most part, just leave me alone.
Yeah, it's pretty much a cat. I've got a dog. I love my dog very, very much, but they're very needy.
Exactly, and I can't be dealing with that.
You're so affectionate, Will, aren't you? I just can't be dealing with the love.
I can't be with the neediness. It's not for me.
Well, you're working with 2 stand-up comedians. We're very needy, Will, so you need to get used to it.
Tell me about it. I can't. So I don't have space for both of you and for a dog in my life.
Love me, Will. Love me. Have you seen any more news stories that have took your attention, Will, this morning?
I've got one more, and it's a great one. Somebody returned their library book in Idaho 110 years late.
Wow.
So it probably wasn't theirs.
Somebody returned
a library book 110 years late.
The world's oldest person returned their library book. Yeah. So what's the story there? Do you know anything more about that?
Yeah, I do. So this person was like clearing out their attic, or I don't know. They're having to clear out, and they found this old book, and they noticed the sticker on it that had like the Dewey Decimal Number on it. So they were like, "Oh, this is clearly from the local library," and so they were like, "Okay, yeah, we'll take it back." I assume it was like it belonged to like a grandparent or maybe even a great grandparent. So they took it back to the library, and the library said, "Excuse me, this book is 110 years late. You owe us $800."
They never made them pay $800.
The fees for a late book, $800. No, that's a joke. It would have been worth $800, but they won't actually charge you a late fee that's more than the book is worth.
Well, I should hope not, because you're not going to pay $800 for a book that's worth like $5, you know?
Yeah.
And it's not their fault. They've found it. They've been honest. They've took it
Well,
back.
somebody's fault. And they were the one with the book. So they're not going to charge you fees more than the book is worth, and the book is worth $1.50.
Wow. I've massively overestimated it at $5 there.
Yeah.
What was the book? Do we know what the book was?
Yes, it was called New Chronicles of Rebecca.
Oh, great. I prefer the old Chronicles of Rebecca, to be honest with you. Great book. Don't know.
Yeah.
No idea. No idea what it's about, but they liked it enough to have it 100
For 110 years.
years.
So I used to work in a library. Before I did whatever I do now, I used to work in a library, and people were pretty good, because it was like a student library. It was the library on campus, and people were pretty good at returning their books on time. And also, though, like, you don't have to confront anybody anymore. Like, if you return a book late, you don't have to admit it, because it just does it automatically.
That's really. I've not been in a library for a long, long time. I just prefer to get them prime, get them next day.
Yeah, that's bad though. We should be
should
supporting our local libraries.
I mean, I should, but when it's as convenient as Amazon, you can't.
I know.
Anyway,
That's the price we pay.
That's the price we pay. Listen, you are listening to the Hayley and Will show this morning. Get involved with the show if you're listening on an audio Echo show. The command to give to your device is the word say, followed by whatever you would like to tell us this morning. Let us know where you are in the world. Let us know what you've had for your breakfast. Let us know what's the longest you've had a library book. Or if you're listening on an audio only Echo, you can hop on to backchannel.tv on your phone, as easy as that, and get involved with us that way. Coming up, we're going to be doing the 1-star movie review, where we take a movie that's lots of people have left 1 stars online. We read them out. We want you to guess what the movie is. And today you can win what a prize. Producer Will give you a compliment.
He'll try his best.
I mean, he'll try. He's not the most... Do you give compliments when you're in relationships, Will?
That's a great question. Do you know about the love languages? We should 100% do this as a feature.
What's love languages?
Okay, so it's like this theory that there's like 4 ways, or maybe 5 ways. There's a certain number of ways that you express your love for other people. So it's like quality time, like touch, like physical affection, presence. I can't remember the rest. But like
that's how much you pay attention to it.
So mine is quality time, and acts of service is another one.
What's acts of service? It makes you sound like you're doing some sort of military.
No. So like making me dinner is an act of service.
I don't like that phrase, an act of service. No.
Well, it is though. Or like if you do something for me that I don't have to do, that's like an act of service.
Okay.
So that's one of my love languages, and these are the ways that you like receive and give like affection and stuff. And giving compliments isn't one of them.
No, I don't.
I think one of his words of affirmation, I think.
I don't think I get any of them from my partner at all. Anyway, I'll be chatting to him after the show.
Exactly. So I'll send you the link to the quiz.
And I'll send it on to him.
And you
please
both
read.
do it.
Yep.
And we'll all do it, and then we'll debrief about it later.
I don't know if I want to do that. Really, I don't want to be feel like I'm in counselling on a.
So I did it. Show. I did it after this boy broke up with me. And I was like, oh well, that's why that didn't work out, because we were doing that all kinds of wrong. It's interesting. But to answer your question, yeah, I think I give quite a lot of compliments.
We'll see.
Only to the people I like, though. And later in the show, we're talking about some weird proposals as well. So maybe some of those are weird because they were using the wrong love
languages of love. Yeah, I'll be looking forward to that. One of my things when I do stand-up sets is I sometimes speak to people and ask how their other half proposed, and some of them are very depressing. But coming up, we'll be talking about those proposals. If you've been proposed to in a weird way, then do get in touch and let us know. We will also be doing our agony aunties and uncle section today, where we'll be answering your problems. If you've got a problem such as my partner does not do any of the languages of love, then get in touch and we will try our best to answer.
My partner doesn't know my love languages. It's a big problem.
It's a big one in my house. So let's crack on, Will. It is the 1-star review. We take a film that a lot of people have left 1 stars online. We read out their reviews, and we would love you to guess what you think the film is. Now, it could be a brilliant film. It could be an Oscar-nominated film. But the problem is, online, people get angry about absolutely nothing. So don't think because this got 1 star, it's a bad thing. It not necessarily is.
So these are only the 1-star reviews. So there could be, and we were going to read like what, 4? There could be 1,000 5-star reviews for it. But we've just picked out the 1-star reviews. So really, it could be any movie. Really.
Any movie, absolutely. So, what myself and Alton normally do is we read them out in the style of someone. I don't know what your acting is like, Will.
Well, there's only one way to find out. I've been in 2 High School Musicals, neither of which
The
were
High School Musical.
No. I wasn't in that one. I was in other musicals at my high school.
Were you? Which musicals were you in?
I was in Peter Pan.
Of course you were. You Tinkerbell or
No.
what were you?
Just like a random, like a Lost Boy.
Okay.
I don't think I had a speaking role.
That's weird. You didn't have a speaking role
No, of course not.
in a production.
But then I was in Oliver, and I did have a speaking role. I played like his grandfather or somebody. A very minor role.
What a CV to have. So one
know.
role, they didn't let me speak, and the other role, I was an old man.
I played an old man. Which, come on, who better to play an old man than Will Dell?
Will Dell, he is the oldest, youngest man you will ever meet in the UK.
You said that wrong. You said the oldest, youngest man.
It's sort
You
of
mean
right,
the
isn't
youngest,
it?
oldest man.
Youngest, oldest man. All right. Pedantic. And the most pedantic. So, Will, you're going to read out the first review in the style of a grandfather from a production. How's that?
Okay.
Easy.
Okay, I'm hard. Okay. From the opening score, I knew this movie was going to be bad. I just wasn't prepared for how much. What? I just wasn't prepared for how much. And people, it's mucho bado. The opening score was clearly used to add a Lion King feel. Why?
Do you know what, Will? Just read it normal. It's fine.
Okay. It doesn't help that these people who leave 1-star reviews, and I never change them because I think it's funny. Like, I never change them.
Punctuate, do they? They don't punctuate.
No.
They don't spell well.
They don't spell. They don't know sentence structure.
It's like getting a text message off someone wearing gloves. That's what it's like. It's like, what is this? Why is this Y here? Yeah. Sorry, Will. Continue.
And no, it's fine. And I never change them because I think it's going to be funny, but it never is. It just makes it difficult to read. But I'm still not going to do it because it takes time. From the opening score, I knew this movie was going to be bad. I just wasn't prepared for how much. And people, it's mucho bado. Love that phrase. The opening score was clearly used to add a Lion King feel. Good factor. Why? Why would you open a film about cold, ice, and snow with African-themed music? Why? Where's the context for this music? Ridiculous, illogical script, below par humor, brackets 2 gags in the whole film, annoying characters, the list is endless. The music is average, uninspired, and out of context. The songs felt forced and just thrown in randomly because we gotta have a song here. They quickly became tiresome, destroying my engagement rather than enforcing it. My daughter and I grew up with Disney. After this movie, we both agreed Disney is dead.
Oh, you can't say that. I mean, lot of clues in that though.
There
So
were a lot of clues.
We know it's a musical.
It's a Disney film. It's got
a
songs
Disney
in
film.
it.
I mean, so it could be a few options there. Get your
And
guesses
it's not
in
the
now.
Lion King.
It's not the Lion King. Get your guesses in now if you would like to make a guess. The command to give to your device if you are watching on an Echo show. Good morning. You just need to say the word say, followed by your guess. Or if you're listening on an audio-only Echo, head to backchannel.tv. Get your guess in that way. This is a 1-star movie review. We are reading out 1-star reviews. We'd love you to guess what you think the film is. I'll read out the next one, okay? Here we go. Deep breath, because they do not use commas. Just gave in to pressure from my wife and daughter to watch this. On the plus side, it looks very beautiful, but I have never liked musicals, and this is no exception. On the that was the plus side, Will. On the negative side, the songs are dire, the singing is just the type I hate, the plot is flimsy. I can't say that word.
Flimsy
And trite. The characters are two-dimensional. I think he really liked it. The characters are two-dimensional and the pacing is rubbish. I've tried watching various musicals under pressure from the ladies in my family and cannot get my head around them at all. I'll add this one to the list of hours, probably days by now, spent trying to like these things that I will never get back. If you are like me and don't like X Factor or anything similar, then don't watch this.
What's X Factor got to do with it?
I've no idea. It's of no relevance. I mean,
if you don't, do they have X Factor in North America? It's America. It's like Pop Idol. It's American Idol.
Yeah, they do. They have American Idol out there. I mean, it's not related to this at all, other than the fact they have singing in it. So very loose. Feels that under pressure from the women in his family to watch musicals. Listen, if you don't like it, don't watch it. Don't be taking it out.
And that's one thing. Like if you know you're not gonna like it, like don't watch it. Or if you know you're not gonna like it, don't go and leave it a 1-star review. You don't need to. It's
like
fine.
I don't like sci-fi films, right? Not for me. But if I watch one, I certainly wouldn't go online and leave it a bad review just because I don't like that style of film.
No. That's like leaving a restaurant a bad review because you don't like that cuisine. He said that the characters are two-dimensional. Well, it is animated.
Yeah.
So yeah. That's how that works, and the pacing is rubbish. We'll get over it, but not a lot of clues as to the specifics.
Nope. On the plus side, he said it looks beautiful. So
okay,
it looks looks the part. Yeah. If you'd like to guess, get your guesses in. The command to give to your device is the word show. Or if you're listening on an audio only echo, head over to backchannel.tv. Get your guess in that way. Will, another review. These are all different reviews, by the way. All 1 stars, all left by different people.
Before I get into it, let me tell you about my favorite type of review.
Okay.
On a popular place on the internet. Sorry, my chair's broken, and
I was wondering what you were doing.
I keep getting lower, and I'm just like, my favorite reviews on this place are the ones where they've written a really nice review, a great review of this film, but instead of clicking 10 stars, they've clicked 1 star.
Right. I'm with you.
So I'm looking through all of these terrible reviews for this movie, and then somebody's just been like, I love this movie, I thought it was the best one ever, but then it's come up under 1 star, and it makes me a bit sad.
I always find that weird, like, especially as a comedian. So what happens is that we do Edinburgh Festival, and you get lots of reviews during that, and they'll sometimes, not for me particular, but they'll go, oh, I love this, and they'll give the glowing review, and then it'll be 3 stars, and I'm like, I can't fault this 3 stars out of 5. You're like, well, you can fault it because you've knocked 2 stars off. Kind of people.
See, and I'm always really wary about giving stuff. Like, I'm not the kind of person who leaves a lot of reviews for stuff, but I'm wary to give things 5 stars because that implies that it's like perfect. Mm-hmm. And I think there's always room for improvement.
But if you're enjoying the Hayley and Allyson show here on Backchannel, you can leave us 5 stars on. Can you review us yet?
You can probably review Backchannel.
Yeah,
on
there you go.
Skill store.
Pop a little 5 star in. It won't harm you. Do it now.
One more thing. Sorry. Yeah. I'm just really excited about reviews. Do you know when you're using an app on your phone, an application on your phone?
I know what an app. You don't have to talk to me like your mother will. You know what an application is?
Just make sure. Like
have Facebook. You heard of phones, Hayley?
Have you got a phone? Like on a smartphone? Say, if you're enjoying this app, leave us 5-star review. No, you get 1 star now. If you're going to pop something up that's like, leave us 5 stars whilst I'm trying to use your app, no thank you.
Very difficult, aren't you, Will? Very difficult to please.
Very difficult.
But if you're enjoying this show, 5 stars only, unless your producer will. So, another review, Will. Come on. 1 star.
I think we
read
should,
it.
I should set up a place for people to review the Backchannel producers.
I wouldn't.
No.
I wouldn't.
And I'm only going to get upset. This movie is horrible. Yes. And one of the worst movies since WALL-E. It is filled with inconsistencies, and the writers just push things along because the plot was completely weak that it couldn't stand on its own. My first complaint is that the coronation of the Queen took 2 years. So,
It's a cartoon! It's a cartoon!
Hayley, Coronation does not take that long. My first complaint is the coronation of the Queen took 2 years. So who ran the government? The church? Other political leaders? I must assume the other political leaders rang the kingdom whilst the Queen sulked in her room. Then the new Queen abandons her post, leaving her sister, the princess, who takes control of the kingdom by giving orders, which she wouldn't be allowed to give in such orders. What? And then puts a visiting prince in charge? So this person who left this review is not happy with the political system in this fictional place.
I mean, do you know what? I can't stand these people. You're picking holes in it's a cartoon. It's like watching Mickey Mouse going, well, I don't think two mice can actually marry.
Yeah,
You're like,
I don't think
it's not real.
This is what I said to my friend the other day. We were watching a movie together. I was like, you need to suspend your disbelief in things. The point is that things don't work in movies, and especially in animated cartoons, the way that they work in the real world. That's not the point.
Exactly. It's a cartoon. But what is the cartoon?
No,
the coronation of the Queen.
Quite a lot of reviews in this one.
Yeah.
It's the worst movie since Wall-E. The coronation. So there's a queen. Her coronation took 2 years. She's sulked in her room. There's a visiting prince. She has a sister who's a princess. I think it's a bit obvious, especially if you think about snow, ice, cold musicals from above.
We're giving it away here.
Maybe the spoon feed round, and here comes the aeroplane.
If you have just joined us, we are playing the 1-star movie review here on the Hayley and Will show this morning on Backchannel. Get involved. Take a guess. Listen, we've spelled it out for you pretty much. It's a cartoon. It's set in the snow. It's a musical. But what is it? Come on, you must know. If you've got kids especially, you will be sick of this film. The command to give to your device if you are watching us on the live feed is the word say, or if you're listening via audio only echo, hop on to backchannel.tv. You can get involved with the chat that way. You can take a guess, let us know.
So I would be saying echo, say, I think it's Aladdin.
It's clearly not. It's definitely not. So, but that's it. That's the command you would give your device if you want to get involved in the show. Do so. You can win today a compliment off producer Will, which is a big prize. People doesn't give them away at all.
I'm working on it. I'm trying quite hard.
There you go. So here we go. We'll give you one more clue if it wasn't as obvious enough as it was. We're reading out reviews that people have left of this film. They give it all 1 star, but what is the film? Here we go. Last review we're going to read out. Terrible songs sounded like they were sung by Idol's rejects. Really bad sound mixing and mastering. The characters' singing voices change for each song. Easily the most unpolished animation I've seen. A real shame to the creator of one of the greatest movies ever, Mary Poppins, which they blatantly ripped off in one scene. Doubtful anyone who rated this movie more than 2 would even know this, though. The fact this film did so well represents everything that is wrong in society today. I'd recommend this to no one. Totally appalling. On the other hand, perhaps my expectations were set too high after hearing this is better than Toy Story. Then he's just put the word what followed by 4 exclamation marks.
What?
Can I just say, I hate people that do. So I've got a friend and I always think she's in a mood with me because she always sends text messages with loads of exclamation marks at the end of it. And she's like, what are you up to today? And then 7 exclamation marks. Yeah, and I'm like, and I'm like, why should I be meeting you? No, exclamation mark. Like 7 of them.
I would think I'd interpret that as if to say, what do you think you're playing at, kind of thing.
Yes.
What are you up to today? Why are you doing that?
I've said to her, you need to stop putting so much punctuation after a text message.
My problem is kisses. I don't put X's. This is a British thing. The North Americans don't do it. People who put kisses at the end of texts, not me. Nobody in my life gets kisses.
I hate that because I'd think you were annoyed at me. If you don't put a kiss on the end of a text message, I'm like, oh, you're in a mood.
No. Because what? So in your day-to-day life...
He's as cold as ice.
In your day-to-day life, do you walk around, if you're having a conversation with somebody, do you give them a little peck on the cheek at the end of every sentence that you say to them?
Listen, sometimes I do, Will, and that is why I've been banned from a few workplaces.
Yeah, that's not good. And that's the other thing, is I have clients who do it to me. It's inappropriate.
It's not. It's just a nice way of going, oh, thanks very much. It's just friendly.
Like
Friendly.
not even to my mum, not my family, not
Not
even to my
even to
gran,
your mum.
not even to my mum. She doesn't get kisses. So if I'm
Oh,
like
poor
texting a boy who
mum.
I fancy, I have to make a really conscious effort to put kisses on the end of my texts.
You sound like a delight to be
I'm
in a
just so
relationship
warm
with.
and
You are
welcoming.
so warm and welcoming. Listen, get your guesses in. What film are we talking about? Lots of people have left it 1 stars. It is a musical. It's a cartoon. It's set in the snow. Come on. If you've got children, you'll be sick of this film. What is it? The command to give to your device is the word say, followed by your guess. If you're watching us on an Echo show, good morning. You can see how tired I am. And producer Will. But if you are listening on an audio only Echo, hop onto backchannel.tv on your phone. You can get your guesses in that way. It is as easy as that. We'll give you a few more little tiny clues. If you don't know, you will know.
So let me do this because I'm scared that you're going to do them in the wrong order because I've put them
Okay.
in the wrong order. Apparently, this was the first animated feature film by Disney to be directed by a woman,
Oh, okay.
which is interesting. She's called Jennifer Lee.
Yeah.
That doesn't make it any easier, but if you know who that is, then you might know.
There you go.
It was released in 2013, and there was a sequel that came out in 2019.
Mm-hmm.
So there's two of them, two of these films at least. Do you want to do the other two?
Yeah, it was. It is based on the Snow Queen by Hans Christian Andersen. I mean, come on, the
Pretty
Snow Queen.
obvious.
I mean, yeah. And here you go. Final clue: it starred Kristen Bell, Idina Menzel, and if you were what's his name? John Travolta, you'd be mispronouncing that one. Jonathan Groff and Josh Gad. But what is the film? What did he pronounce her name as? Did you see that
I've got
famous clip?
absolutely no idea what you're talking about.
Oh, okay. So John Travolta had to introduce Idina Menzel at like the Oscars or the Golden Globes. It was some really prestigious event. And he said her name so badly. I'm going to actually find out what it is now. If you can just do a recap and while I find that
Okay,
out, Will.
so here's what we know about this movie. From the reviews, somebody said there's bad. They didn't like the songs too many, so we know we know it's a musical. Somebody said that it's cool. Why would you have like rhythmic African music in a film about cold ice and snow? So we know it's set in the snow. Somebody wasn't happy with the fact that the coronation of the queen took too long. So we know there's a queen and her sister's the princess, but we're not sure who was running the government in that time. It's very
People need to get a life, is what we're saying. But
yeah, it is.
what is the film? So I've just Googled it. So John Travolta, this was at the Oscars. So it's at the 2014 Oscars. So Idina Menzel, big, massive, probably one of the hugest opportunities of her career. She's singing the song from this film at the Oscars. John Travolta introduces her and he says her name as Adele Dazeem. And she just stood there like, what?
That is like, there's wrong and there's wrong.
Yeah, and he sort of says it in a really... You'll have to watch the clip, producer Will. If you haven't seen it, people get on it. It's so funny. Adele Dazeem. I mean, I've been on stage before and I forgot people's names. But usually what will happen is I'll wait a second and it'll come to me. Yeah. I've never done it as badly as that. That's like he's took all the letters of her name and thought, I'll make a new conundrum.
Like that's a different name, isn't it?
It's a completely different name.
Somebody could be called Adele Dazeem.
Yep. I'm sure she's loving the publicity if she is.
She's having a great time. It reminds me of that time, and I'm conscious that we need to reveal the movie, but I'm on a tangent. It reminds me of that time they crowned the wrong Miss World.
Oh, I love that moment.
And then they showed us what the card looked like, and to be fair, it did look very confusing, but that was very awkward.
They literally ripped the crown off the girl's head.
Not you, you're pretty enough.
It had hair of her head still in it as they're pointing it on the other woman. It was ruthless. But there you go. Listen, we'll do the reveal. If you didn't know what this film is, come on. You must be shouting at your devices here. The film is, of course, Will?
It's Frozen.
Of course it's Frozen. Very apt for the UK at the minute.
That's why I picked it.
It's very, very cold here. I couldn't get in my car door this morning because it was Frozen, ironically. But there you go. A lot of people didn't like Frozen. What is wrong with them?
It's pretty, I get it. There's a lot of hype.
And rightfully so. It's great. It's got some banging tunes in there. The kids love it. you
Have you seen
know,
the second one?
I haven't seen the second one yet. My child
It's-
isn't old enough to watch, like, when she can watch it, but she hasn't got the patience at the minute. She watches things that last 2 seconds. But yeah, we will be watching that, I'm sure, at some point. There you go. That was a 1-star movie review. We are now going to be trying to solve your problems in our agony aunt and uncle section today. You look.
Doesn't have the same ring to it, does it?
No, agony uncle. You're just like, oh, you're all right. I'll keep my problems to myself.
Yeah.
I
You don't want to take your advice from your agony uncle.
From your agony uncle. No, thanks. Sounds creepy. What would you prefer to be called then, Will?
The advice king.
Okay, arrogant, but we'll go there. So this is your agony.
Never.
This is your agony auntie and the advice king, producer Will.
I love it. I'm getting t-shirts.
Yeah, we're going to be trying to solve your problems now. If you have a problem, you'd like the advice king, because he's a king of all advice, to solve. The command to give to your device is the word say, followed by a problem, or hop onto backchannel.tv, type your problem in that way, and maybe, just maybe, we will offer you some advice that could help or hinder. Right, Will, first one. So Peter from Kentucky has got in touch.
Hi, Pete.
He said... Pete. Yeah, are you going to call him? Oh, right, you already on that sort of.
You're a first name basis. He calls me at home.
I'm just going to call him Keno because he lives in Kentucky. My wife and I are happy parents of a newborn baby. Congratulations, Peter. Relatives have been eager to pop in on us, and we have both enjoyed these visits. Meanwhile, my sister and brother-in-law have just booked tickets to come visit us. While we are excited to see them, they are of a different political persuasion than we are. Given that we have a newborn in our house, we would feel most comfortable knowing that our guests are vaccinated. This is probably something that should have been addressed when we were first notified of their impending visit, and we now find ourselves in the position of needing to address this after the fact. Naturally, we don't want to ruin their travel plans or make things awkward. How do we approach this in a tactful manner?
That's a great question. And I've got some great advice, obviously, and I'm just looking up a relevant image as we speak. What are your thoughts on this question, Hayley?
Well, what I would say is, I'd blame it on like the hospital or something. I'd be like, oh, the midwife's been in touch, and she said, unfortunately, at the minute, no one's allowed to visit the baby unless they're vaccinated. It's just the medical advice we've been given. I'd blame it on medical people. And then that way, you're not getting the brunt of it.
You can make it somebody else's problem.
Yeah, that's what I do a lot. Lie is my tip there. Just make something up.
If in doubt, lie. Okay. My piece of advice comes from the news.
Okay.
And the president of the Czech Republic had his swearing in ceremony from like a plexiglass box. So
do you know when you said swearing in ceremony, I was like, oh, I didn't realize that was a thing, just saying expletives.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. We should have one. Yeah. So they put him, you can see him here.
Oh, yes.
In a box. And then they're over here, like reading him whatever he has to say.
Yeah.
So I think this is the way forwards. So you put the baby in a big plexiglass box.
Yeah. What, like Hannibal Lecter?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Just make sure there's some like ventilation.
Yeah.
And then you can invite your family to stand around and observe the baby.
I mean, it seems excessive, but good solution.
My other solution is, if you don't have a big plexiglass box to hand, like the suits that they wear, like a biohazard suit.
Yeah, like it's ET. Yeah, get the biohazard suits on. I mean, the problem is when Allyson isn't here, Will, that me and you just offer bad advice.
Okay, no, all right. So we need to channel out in Allyson. We need to channel out in Allyson.
Is very level-headed. She offers good, solid advice. Me and Will are like, build a plastic box and put your baby in it. I mean...
It would work, though.
It would work, yeah.
Okay. What would Allyson... So WWAS. What would Allyson say?
What would Allyson say?
Allyson would say, you need to have a conversation.
Yes. And say, look, I don't feel entirely comfortable about this with... I understand that you don't want that, and that's fine, but I'd rather you didn't visit until...
And acknowledge, like, you've already acknowledged that you should have addressed this before they, like, book their flights to see you or whatever.
Listen, if you've just had a baby, and especially your wife, Peter, we're very hormonal once we've had a child, and you can get away with saying anything. Yeah, just blame the hormones. I'm
Blame it on
still
the
doing it.
hormones.
She's nearly 2. Don't blame it on the boogie,
Yeah.
blame it on the hormones, Peter. What you want to say is, listen, my wife, she doesn't want anyone being around the child at the minute because she's worried about infection, and that's her wishes. Can you
Yeah.
respect them? I understand that you want to see them, and if you don't want the vaccine, that's completely fine. But maybe we should just put it off until things in the world are a little bit safer.
And like, if you're in a position, or if you feel comfortable to go and meet them, like outside in a well-ventilated space on your own, you can leave your wife at home with the baby for an hour.
Yes.
You can at least see them, so they've not come all this way to not see you, and maybe just explain that in person.
Yeah.
And give them a big pile of pictures of babies, of the baby, not just of babies, of the
not just of babies. That would
Your
be
baby.
weird. Producer will, or Skype them and say that's what you're getting until you get the jab. Thanks. Another problem not solved. Here we go. Another problem. Will,
I'll read this one to you.
Okay, go on.
It's from Lily, or Lils
Hi,
as I
Lily.
call her, from Hawaii.
Hello.
She said, I am a single woman in her mid-20s, and I went to a new dentist. Good. It's important.
Good. Yeah.
Who might be in his late 20s, for an appointment the other day. He was extremely nice and very conversational. At first, I thought he was just being nice or flirting with his assistant, who was also young-looking and beautiful. Okay. But then he started asking me about food and restaurants, things I like, how long I plan to live in our state, Hawaii. Then I saw he didn't have a ring, which I know isn't always a clue, but I used it. And so I started wondering, is there more to his niceness? What are your thoughts? Was he just being professional and nice to his new patient? Was he flirting with me and I have to make the move since it's his place of employment? Or was he just doing it to be like nice around his assistant? Or is there something else that Lily isn't seeing?
Okay, Lily. First of all, he's asking you questions about where you like to eat and stuff. Maybe there was food stuck in your teeth and he's thinking that's a bit of a taco.
Yeah. Oh, he thought, oh, that looks nice. I wonder where that was from.
Yeah.
I'd like to go
that looks
there.
like a good taco. I wonder where she's been there. So, I mean, if he's just asking food-related questions, Lily, it could be because he's wondering what's causing the decay. But you're saying he's not. You're saying he's asking about the area. I don't know, I'm really bad at reading signs when people like me. So I wouldn't maybe. Oh, I don't know actually on this, Will, because it's difficult. Because you've got to go back there.
Yeah. Once every like 5 or 6 years. No, go every 6 months. I think this is inappropriate for this dentist to making any kind of passes at you. I think he should be stripped of his dental license, and I think you should find a new dentist in Hawaii. I wonder how many dentists
they're also in the 20s, Will. Like, these things happen, you know it yourself. You're in your 20s.
I'm in my 20s.
You must have flirted on the job before.
Not with any of my clients. That'd be inappropriate.
Not what I've heard. No, not what I've heard.
That's not what you've heard. Okay, well.
There's a reason people are leaving us 1-star reviews, Will, and it's not because of me or Allyson. People have been burnt by the advice king. It is inappropriate, but if he's a good-looking man in his 20s and he's single and she's a single woman in her 20s...
Yeah, also, there's no reason why you can't date your dentist. So if you're into it...
Sounds like a TV show. Date your dentist!
Yeah. If you're into it, make a move. If you're not into it, but just bite his fingers off.
Great advice.
That's a pretty clear message. If you just chomp down on one of his digits, that's a pretty clear way of saying, not interested, mate.
There you go. Listen, Lily, don't take any of our advice. Do what you think is best. Go with your heart. Unfortunately, Allyson isn't here to talk reasonable.
I'm loving this. Oh, wait, do we need to... Allyson
what would Allyson say?
Allyson
what would she say?
She would say, if you're into it, ask him out. If you're not into it, she would say, mention that you're doing something with your partner.
Yes.
Oh, where did you get? Oh, where's this food from? Or like, where do you like to go out to eat? Oh, well, me and my boyfriend love this taco place downtown.
Yes,
that's what Allyson would say.
Yeah, that's what. Well done. Good turnaround.
That's why they call me the advice king.
No one calls it, yeah, bar yourself.
Let's get it.
Welcome to Backchannel. If you've just joined us, this is the Hayley and Will show today. We're trying to solve your problems in our agony aunties / advice king. Self-appointed name.
So you call me a...
Well, I've got to, haven't I? Because you've made me. So we're trying to solve your problems. Just a little legal disclaimer. We are not trained therapists. The advice we offer shouldn't be taken at all.
No.
Really.
I'm
Just
not
a
really
little
trained
fun
for anything.
segment. We're not trained. Literally.
I'm not really trying to do the job that I actually do.
Yeah, we don't even have a food hygiene certificate, and producer Will used to work in a restaurant. So there you go. No, he never. Here's one for you, Will. This is from Kirsty from North Dakota, old Kirst, as we call her here on the show. I've been married to my husband for almost 30 years. Oh, wow.
That is a problem.
It is a problem. Big one. He can be kind and funny and generous. At the same time, there is one issue that bites and nibbles at me. He will never say he's sorry. The most recent example was this week when our son bought groceries for his own lunch, only to discover later that his father, my husband, ate it all. Not a big deal, of course. Son said he only wished his father had apologised. His father said he wouldn't, and went on a rant about how he does all the grocery shopping, etc., etc. And yes, he does most of the shopping, and yes, it was a minor thing, but a quick "I'm sorry, I didn't realise it was yours" is also a minor thing. I want to say this, I'm being frustrated by his job and COVID-19, but I'm all out of excuses and I'm tired of walking on eggshells. Part of me wants to book a flight to Alaska and disappear for a few weeks. Don't do that, Kirsty, because you would be on the news. Woman disappears in North Dakota.
That would help us with our news section from earlier in the show, though.
Don't encourage him.
Flees to Alaska to escape husband who can't apologise.
Yeah, I mean, it's annoying, isn't it, Kirsty, when there's just a little "I'm sorry" doesn't take much, does it?
No.
As Justin Bieber says, it's never too late to say it in one of his songs.
Is that what he says?
Is it too late now to say sorry?
Is it too... Yeah, he does.
He does, yeah, there you go. Why am I quoting Bieber? I don't know. It's early. Good morning. If you've just joined us, we are discussing people's problems here on the Hayley and Will show this morning on Backchannel. Get involved if you've got some advice that you would like to give our listener, Kirsty. She's annoyed because her husband never says "I'm sorry." She's been with him 30 years now. He should be saying thank you, Kirsty, for putting up with that for 30 years. But if you've got any advice for her, then do let us know. The command to give to your device if you are watching us on your Echo show is the word "say," followed by whatever you would like to tell us or Kirsty this morning. Or if you're listening on an audio-only Echo, head to backchannel.tv. You can get involved in the chat that way. So, Will, any advice for Kirsty?
It's a tough one, this, isn't it? I think you kind of maybe need to give him some ultimatums. If you don't say, if you can't own up to your mistakes, then I'm going to go to Alaska. I'm moving to Alaska.
I mean, it's quite serious, isn't it? They've got a family, they've been together for 30 years, and she's like, you know what? I'm moving to Alaska unless you say sorry.
Yeah.
I don't think he would. I think he'd double down. Men are very
I think
stubborn.
you would too. Men be like that.
Yeah. What I would do, Kirsty, is so he's at your son's lunch. I'd eat everything in the fridge so that you can't have anything to eat for his dinner, and then refuse to apologise for that.
That's
what I'm
true.
saying, if he goes petty, you go pettier, Kirsty. I'm not saying it's good advice. I'm not saying it's good advice, and you'll probably end up in counselling. But it's advice, Kirsty. It's all that you've got today.
Yeah, give him a taste of his own medicine. Or go the opposite. No, that won't help. I was going to say go the opposite direction and just be overly apologetic all the time, but I don't really see how that would help.
That wouldn't help, Will.
That was bad advice. I'm sorry.
We are, Hayley and Will, giving you bad advice here today. Like I say, we're not trained therapists. The advice we offer isn't going to probably help, but it's a fun segment of the show. Kirsty, listen, just give him an ultimatum. Just say, listen, if you don't say I'm sorry for this, I will take the family and go to Alaska, which is a bit severe. But we are just going to... I don't know what else to say. I hate it when people don't apologise. It really winds me up.
Because it shows that you can't own up to... It shows that you can't acknowledge that you made a mistake and that you're refusing to own up to it.
Exactly.
And because people can be the wrong... I had a friend like that, and I just cut him out. Not mates anymore.
Lovely. Producer Will, ruthless as they come. I believe you've got a problem you want to discuss, Will, in great detail.
I have a lot to say about this one. Thanks, Hayley. This is from John. He's from Tennessee. here's what he's got to say. I call him Johnny Boy. He calls me at home. We're busy mates. John said, I work in a very cliquey office where I am just not in the main clique. I hate the word clique. I have a co-worker who is sort of in the same boat, and we have bonded over it, but she's still in more than I. These people tend to organize outings outside of work to which I am not invited, but whereas far as I can tell, they include everyone I work with. I've sort of been ignoring it, but now they keep talking about their plans, how much fun they have, etc., while I'm in the room. Look, I understand if you don't want to invite everyone, though it's still quite hurtful. But can't they at least keep it a secret if they don't want me involved instead of rubbing it in my face? I feel like I'm in high school again. For the record, I'm in my mid-30s, and I feel like rubbish. Am I overreacting? John from Tennessee. No, I don't think you are overreacting. It's not nice to not feel included in whatever's going on. My advice for you is start your own clique. Gather some people up, try and steal some people from the main clique, to try and form a sub clique. Maybe get your coworker who's kind of involved but kind of isn't in it, as some like camaraderie ship. And then just start like whispering around the office around them, talking about your plans, that kind of thing. Maybe that's not great advice. But in all seriousness, what you have to remember is like this is work, these are your work colleagues. Do you want them to be, and this is I think what Allyson would say as well, is that do you want these people to be your mates? Do you want to hang out with them all the time? Or is your social life outside of work more important than that? Is that what's really going on for you? So try and figure out if it's important to you to actually hang around with these people who, by the sounds of it, aren't that nice anyway. Or like form a subgroup and try and like, I don't know, make them feel excluded. Give them a taste of their own medicine. I've just given some excellent advice, Hayley, to John, who feels left out by his... no, I have. I'm the advice king after all.
Okay, yeah.
And John feels left out of his cliquey office environment.
Create your own clique, John.
That's what I said.
That's what I do, and it's just me on my own, clicking away.
And start whispering around the office.
Whispering around the office, did you say?
To make other people feel like, oh, like, what are they doing? Like, they must be up to something fun.
I don't think they will. I think they'll be like, that was that weird person whispering to themselves.
Where's John whispering to himself? Oh, no, I feel like each other.
Okay, that makes more sense. There you go. That was our agony.
You're welcome.
And Advice King section today. If you've got a problem you'd like us to not solve, I mean, please don't take this advice. You can't sue us.
You can't really call it solving, can you?
No, it's not. Listen, we're discussing your problems here. If you've got a problem you'd like us to discuss and not help with at all in any way, then get in touch. The command to give to your device is the word say, followed by what your problem is, or hop on to backchannel.tv. If you are listening on an audio-only Echo, get involved that way. When you scroll, Will, it's really
loud. Is it really loud?
It's really, really loud.
Sorry, it's a long show.
If you are listening on the audio only and you hear that, and you're like, what is that sound of that boulder?
I'll scroll over here.
It sounds like a boulder being like sort of going past the screen, but there you go. Coming up in the next hour of the show, we are here until 8 a.m. on Backchannel, the only place to listen, watch, and interact with your host live via your Echo. Like I say, the way to do so, if you're watching on an Echo show, the command to give to your device is the word say, or if you are listening on an audio-only Echo, head over to backchannel.tv. You can get involved with the show that way. Coming up, we're going to be playing a game of true or false, which you can get involved with. We're also going to be talking weird marriage proposals and the worst marriage proposals ever. And I have got a great story for you about the worst marriage proposals ever. Yeah, someone I used to work with put an amazing video of their proposal on Facebook, which I probably shouldn't discuss in case they listen. But we're going to be doing the celebrity couples quiz also later on in the show. And there are shows here all day on Backchannel. So get around, like the Beach Boys.
Come on over.
Like Shania Twain, come on over. Stick around because the show's all day. Coming up after us is Liv Harrison with her show Live Every Day. Following Liv is the Anthony Davis show at 12 till 2. And at 2 till 4, it's your pal Hal with Hal Rudnick. So stick around for those shows after you've listened to us, of course. It's Hayley and Will here on Backchannel until 8 a.m. And now it is time for a game of true or false, William.
True.
That is correct. We are doing it now.
Good.
Absolutely
Okay.
brilliant. Well done. Good start, Will.
Thanks.
Good start. Now, myself and Allyson get very competitive on this game. We like to keep score. You are playing for Allyson today, Will.
Oh my god, that's a lot of pressure.
Well, it is pressure, Will, but then you wrote the questions, so
That is true.
Easy pressure.
And I do know all the answers.
You do. So I don't know why we're bothering, but it's here. Listen, get involved at home. Help us out. Help me out. Will doesn't need help. He wrote the questions. I need your help today on this. I'm very competitive. I don't take losing well. So if you want to listen to the end of the show and me not flip my computer over, then help me to win.
Okay,
So,
I'm going to close the show plan so I can't see the answers.
Brilliant.
So I'm just relying on my memory. And when we say wrote the questions, like so the theme for the true and false is about the animals of Australia.
Okay.
Because of the story that we had earlier in the show about how cats, you're not allowed to have your cat outside unless it's on a lead. So the theme's about Australian animals because that's totally relevant. And that is not my area of expertise. So I didn't write these questions based off my own knowledge, is what I'm saying. Well,
if you did, it would be very short.
Incorrect and short.
Yeah. So, would you like to go first or second, Will?
I'd like to go second, and I'd also like you to keep score.
Okay.
Is that okay?
No, all right. Yeah. All right.
Can you do that? I can do it.
I can, Will. I'm going to keep a little note in front of me. Okay. So, hang on. I'm going to get my pen and paper ready.
Okay.
It's professional. We are a professional outlet here. They haven't got a pen.
This is what happens when Allison's away.
I know. We just crumble. We crumble. Have you got a pen? No. Right. So, what did you want to go first or second again? Sorry, Will.
I can't remember, but I'm going to go first.
Okay, Will.
I want you to ask me the first question.
Koalas, are a type of bear. Is that true or is it false? Get involved. Let us know what you think at home. You could win a prize. I say prize. It's not. It's producer Will giving you a compliment, or I can write you a song. Let us know which one you prefer. You've got to guess though to be in with a chance. Yeah, you got to. I mean, if you don't want either prize, just get involved either way. We won't force them on you. The command to give to your device is the word "say," or hop onto backchannel.tv if you're listening on an audio device. Let us know whether you think it's true or false. Koalas are a type of bear. Is that true?
Okay.
Or is it false?
So we call them koala bears, don't we?
Mm-hmm. But are they a type of bear?
I mean, they kind of look like a teddy bear. But you know what, Hayley? I don't think they have all of the necessary qualifications.
Oh no, you didn't.
I did.
Oh, Will.
To be a bear.
He is a dad in the making, this one, isn't he?
He is. And I think it's false. So I think it's false because they don't have all the necessary qualifications.
Don't do it twice. It was.
In fact, I feel like I think I can feel another one coming on.
No, you cannot. So koalas are a type of bear. You say false. Absolutely correct. Will, koalas are marsupials, and marsupials are animals with pouches.
I knew that. The only reason I knew that is because
you wrote the questions. Well,
no, it's from the meme about. Bears. It's from the joke about them not having all the qualifications because they're marsupials.
Okay, so give me a question, Will.
Okay, question number 2. True or false? Sharks are the most common cause of injury by marine life in New South Wales.
Well, I don't think that's true because I think sharks get a really bad rep. Because I remember reading like a statistic, like, the chances of you getting injured by a shark is like really low.
I'm sure I said one of the more people got injured by like falling coconuts.
Oh yeah, I think it is coconuts, isn't it? I think I've.
But that's not the question. The question is the most common cause of injury by marine life.
What does that mean?
So out of all of the things in the sea that are injuring people, are sharks number 1?
No, I think it's jellyfish.
Ooh, because they'd be stinging.
Yeah, they be stinging.
They do be stinging.
They be stinging.
Because they just wash up on the beach and you just walk into them and you don't even realise.
Yes, exactly that.
Okay, well.
I'm saying false.
Hayley Ellis.
Yes.
I can tell you that you are correct. It
Yay!
is false.
Lovely.
Blue bottle stings are actually the most common form of injury caused by marine life.
Blue bottle stings.
I'm going to assume it's a jellyfish.
Okay, yeah, I'm going to say. There we go. It's 1-1, producer Will. And the next question, I do not know how to pronounce, so apologies for this. But bilbies, is that what you say?
I'm going to go
Bilbies.
with bilbies. I have a picture of a bilby. Do you know what a bilby is?
I don't. Can you please show us?
Would you like to see a picture of a
I'd
bilby?
lovely to see a picture of a bilby.
Are you sure?
Yes. Well, are you just delaying time while you find one?
No, here it is.
Here we go. Oh,
I don't
they're
like how it always puts it in the
cute.
corner. I want it to be
It
like
looks
this.
like a child's drawn a mouse. You know,
It
like
does. Like the size of its ears.
oh, look at it. It's cute. Very long nose, like an anteater. Little
Yeah.
cute mouse face.
I don't.
Bilby, there you go. Apparently, I've never heard of them until today, but apparently bilbies, bilbies do not need water. Is that true or is it false, Will?
Bilbies do not need water?
They don't need water. Is it true or is it false, though?
That has got to be false. Everybody needs water. It's crucial to sustain life.
Okay, bilbies do not need water. It is true.
What?
Yes, producer Will. Water
like
is
that.
not crucial to a bilby's diet as they source moisture from food.
That's not a real thing.
You wrote the questions, Will. It is.
Yeah, but I didn't invent the facts.
Right. I need to get this one right, and then I will win the game. Oh, no pressure.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm going to skip ahead because I've got another picture.
Joke, because
to show you.
the noisy mouse is quite annoying.
Sorry.
I'm
going to skip
rolling.
ahead.
He's scrolling.
They see me scrolling. They're hating. I'm going to skip ahead because I've got another picture I want to show you.
Okay.
The frill neck lizard
inspired.
So the frill neck lizard inspired one of the dinosaurs from Jurassic Park. Okay.
But
so I think I thought the dinosaurs from Jurassic Park were inspired
real,
by
real
dinosaurs.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
But here's a picture of a frill neck lizard. There it is.
Yeah.
And it do be looking a bit dinosaur-y.
Yeah, they do look like the dinosaurs. But I think they're all real dinosaurs, because surely nerds watching Jurassic Park be like, that's not a real dinosaur.
That's not a real dinosaur.
I think you'll find...
That looks like a frill neck lizard.
Yeah. Why are they scouse?
That's my, it's my nerd voice.
Really, is it? Okay. So,
voice.
although I can see the frill neck lizard and think, yeah, that looks like the dinosaur from Jurassic Park, I think it's false because I think they're all based on real dinosaurs.
Well, Hayley, that is actually true. The creators of Jurassic Park were inspired by the frill neck lizard when creating their version of a Diplosaurus. No.
Okay,
I'm just gonna leave that one.
Let's not spell it. So it is 1-1 still, Will. So we're down to deadlock now. Platypuses can be venomous. Is that true or is it false? If you would like to get involved, is it false? If you'd like to get involved, the command to give to your device is the word "say," or hop onto backchannel.tv to get involved with the game that way. Platypuses can be venomous. Is it? Yeah, true or false? I love a platypus. A duck-billed platypus. Very cute.
With the big tail. But is that what a platypus is? Or am I thinking
very cute. Big long beak. Big long beak.
I think that is false. I don't think they have venom. Only snakes have venom. Or like spiders. Only like stuff like that. Not mammals.
Okay. Platypuses can be venomous. Is that true or is it false? Come on, Will.
I don't know. I'm saying false.
Okay, you're saying false? It is true, Will.
What?
All male platypuses have a venomous spur on their back legs. Ooh, I did not know.
Goodness. It's going to land you in all sorts of trouble, that.
It is. Have you got a question for me, Will?
I also don't think the plural of platypus is platypuses, but whatever.
Very pedantic.
Spiders
and
snakes pose the biggest public health threat to Australia. Australia, mate. Spiders and snakes pose the biggest public health threats.
That is gotta be true, hasn't it? But it seems too obvious to be true. Because when you think of Australia, you think of spiders. And you're snakes. And snakes. So I think that's too obvious to be true.
Okay.
I'm trying to work it out here. Because it's like, oh, that's an easy question. Is it the obvious answer or is it trying to
You're
trick me?
employing some reverse psychology
I
type.
am. I'm going to go false then. I'm doing reverse psychology on this.
Okay. Well, Hayley,
Yeah.
it is false. Data collected by the University of Melbourne between
Yeah.
2000 and 2013 shows bees, wasps, and other insects are responsible for just over a third of hospitalizations, while
From
spiders and
bees.
snakes bites are much rarer.
Well, there you go. I knew it was too easy to be
So
true. And
apparently, spiders and snakes are not that much of a big deal.
you heard it here first, people. That was true or false, which I won, Will. Who won, sorry? Who won?
Not sure, Hayley. Well, today doesn't count because Allison's not here.
It does count, Will.
It
does
doesn't
count.
though, does it?
It is. It rolls. Listen, it counts. Let's not. What was the point in playing otherwise? Unless I win.
No, I'm saying like today. Okay, yes, you won today, but it can't count towards a whole week.
We'll see. So that was true or false. Thank you for getting involved if you did. This is Backchannel. We're here till 8 a.m. It's Hayley and producer Will this morning. And we are going to be talking about, why are you laughing to yourself?
Nothing. It just doesn't have the same ring to it. Hayley and Allyson
Will.
sounds so nice. Hayley and Will.
Hayley and Will. You need a producer Will's better ring. Producer Will.
I'll work on
That's
it.
what you're in my phone as. Producer Will. We're going to talk wedding proposals, weirdest wedding proposals of all time, and bad wedding proposals. I want to tell you my bad wedding proposal story.
Please tell me.
So, let's hope they don't listen. Let's change their name. So, was someone I used to know put their proposal up on Facebook, and they're in Disney World, and he gets down on one knee, and someone's filming it for them. So he's obviously said, give his phone to someone, say, oh, I'm going to propose to my girlfriend, can you film this? And he gets down on one knee, and then someone just pushes a chair with a child in front of the camera and just completely blocks him.
Oh, no.
And then you just see the kid look at the camera like that, and the woman who's filming it goes, move,
no.
move. And they sort of move the buggy back, and he's already proposed.
It's too late. Oh my goodness.
So that amused me greatly.
But at least like the proposing part seemed to go okay.
I mean, she said yes, but you couldn't see any of it because there was a buggy in the way.
Oh, that's fine. I mean,
lovely. That one beautiful moment gone.
Never going to see it again.
There's an article that lovely Will found from chilisauce.com. I mean, people go really OTT on wedding proposals. There was a big thing, wasn't there, in like 2010 where it was like huge, like it was all like dancing, getting like Bruno Mars, I think I Want to Marry You sort of style wedding proposals.
Well, there was that one recently where he did it at the Adele concert. This is where all this came from, because last week when Adele was performing at the Griffith Observatory, part of that performance is that somehow this man had arranged to propose to his girlfriend in front of Adele and this audience of celebrities. So she was like blindfolded and had like these noise cancelling headphones on, and he like got her out of the car and like he like brought her on stage, and Adele was there, and he asked the question, and she wasn't like, apparently she was completely like in the.
I'd be more excited at seeing Adele than I would be at a proposal, wouldn't you?
That says a lot, I think, Hayley, about.
Well,
but like, if you're going to propose to me in front of people, one of them better be Adele.
Exactly. You can't beat that, can you?
No. But yeah, so what you're saying is these big, grand gestures, very romantic, all of that kind of thing.
Yeah, but there's a lot of pressure on the woman then to say yes. Because I was looking at this article you sent, and I mean, this is an odd one, but this person got 48 friends to dress up as carrots and do a dance routine in front of his girlfriend before whipping off the carrot outfit and proposing. I mean, there must be, maybe they met over a love of carrots. I mean, there must be some relevance. It doesn't say. Because otherwise that's just weird, isn't it? Like, why the carrots? There's no, so maybe their favourite food is carrot. But then the crowd were chanting, marry him, marry him. I mean, that is a bit much.
Like, no, only for
he's
one.
Dressed as a carrot with 48 friends.
Who has 48 friends?
No, I haven't. I'd probably get and convince them all to wear carrot suits.
I could probably get 4 friends, and I reckon 2 of them might wear a carrot costume if I bought it for them.
That's the thing. Imagine that. And there you go. This one is horrific. This will listen to this.
Go on.
So this fella thought, oh, do you know what? A romantic proposal. What can I do? And he convinced his girlfriend that he died in a horrific and bloody, by the way, car crash.
Oh my god.
And then came back to life to pop the question.
No, sir. I'm not trying to marry a zombie.
No, but like, how horrific is? Imagine how horrific is that?
Like terrifying, traumatizing. Your boyfriend, the love of your life, dead.
Just kidding. Here's a ring.
Joke's on you. Do you want to get married, sir? No.
Imagine though if he pretended he was in this car crash and she was like, "Oh, never mind. I'll go out with your best friend."
Yeah. Oh, thank goodness, it's finally out of the picture. I can finally be with Keith.
But Keith as well.
Said nobody ever.
Yeah. Well, apparently she didn't scream at him. She didn't get annoyed. She just said yes and thought it was funny. So they are a match made in heaven, because who else would put up with that?
Well, there's another one that I saw online that I deliberately didn't include in the plan because I didn't think it was right to include in the chat. I'm going to talk about it anyway.
Okay.
It's about this guy who he arranged it's in the States, and he arranged like a fake traffic stop. It's not from that long ago. He arranged to be like pulled over by the police, and it gets really violent. They like pull her out of the car, and they have like weapons, and the whole thing is just an elaborate ruse. But it just looked really like scary and whatever. I'd be stressed out by that.
Yeah, I don't know what goes on, but if they say yes, then they're obviously a perfect match, because no one in their right mind would say yes to something like that.
This is what I always come back to, is that like if you thought that was appropriate for me, if you thought that was something that I would enjoy and would like to be a part of, clearly you don't know me well enough for us to be getting married.
Yeah,
that's not
bizarre.
I've seen there's a couple in here that are like Super Mario themed, so they're on the other end of the spectrum. They're a little bit low key. There's not a lot of people there. Nobody's like crying or is like
they're just headbutting a mushroom.
Yeah, exactly. So this, you know how you like jump up and hit the things? This guy made it spell out, "Will you marry me?" Which is cute. And there's another Super Mario one where they're like, I don't know where they're at. They're at this like, it's like an airsofting place, and he proposed to he like pulled the ring out of one of those box things that you were talking about. You know, where you jump up and you win like a mushroom, whatever. He hid the ring in there, which is kind of cute. They're a bit more low key. That's a bit more.
They're a bit more big. Well, this one really made me laugh. So this is wedding proposal fails on an article on Metro, and so I'm going to read it out verbatim. Okay. So the woman said, "I proposed to my husband over a game of Scrabble. I had pulled the tiles to spell marry me, hid them in my purse, and secretly put them on my tile rack." Yeah. Yeah. I put them on my tile rack. I was ready. I had the ring box ready to be opened in my lap. I had the perfect place to play it, and he had just finished his move. So I put the letters on the board slowly in a random order so he wouldn't read marry straight away. And when I was done, I looked up, hopefully. He slowly finished chewing a bite of food, swallowed, and said, "That's 2 words." No. Instantly, I'd rearrange those words to say, "Divorce me." Like that.
Bye.
Bye. Yeah, I'm leaving. I'm taking the kids. How pedantic. I mean, it's funny, but it's not what you want for your romantic.
It's funny for us now, talking about it. Probably it's not funny for her. That is 100% not the reaction that you want.
No, absolutely not. So if you've had a weird wedding proposal and you would like to tell us about it, get in touch. Do you know what so I'm a comedian, as you may have known if you've listened to this show before. And I sometimes ask people, like, what was the first song at their wedding?
It's a good
one.
You know,
and one couple, and they weren't lying. They hadn't made this up to be funny. They genuinely were. I said, "What was your first song?" You can't always get what you want. That's what they had their first answer. No, and I'm not joking, because I made jokes about it and we were laughing. I said, "Oh, that's really funny." He's like, no, that's what it was. It just reminded us of
that's not good.
First met. And you're like, yeah. So there you go. We're talking bad wedding proposals here on the Hayley and Will show. Coming up, we're going to be playing a game of celebrity couples very shortly.
I think worst way to be proposed to like a lot of people go like hiking. Like they go up on this big hiking trail. No, I'm sweaty. I'm tired. I'm probably hungry.
Yeah.
Not there.
Only serial killers go out in the malls in there
Yeah.
when they don't have to.
Anything where there's a lot of people around, I'm not interested in that.
Wouldn't want to do it in a restaurant. Too many people.
Yeah.
Don't
Also,
wanna be
there's
eating.
like I'm very clumsy, so that's just going to end in disaster.
People get there. So apparently now it's a thing that men will go, oh, we'll put you in for a manicure so that their fiance's fingernails are perfect for the perfect wedding ring picture. Do they have the
Okay.
picture? Yeah.
Yeah, I can find that.
Yeah, I mean, I'd instantly be suspicious if my partner said, "I've put you in for a
I put you
manicure,"
for a manicure.
because
What do
I've
you know
never
what
had
manicure
one
is?
before ever. I've put you in.
Let
What?
alone, like, not only has he never booked you in for a manicure before, like unprompted, but also it's just not a thing that you do. You'd be like, "What's going on?"
Yeah, I've never had a manicure, so I'd be like, "Well, this is strange. Why is he being nice? This is
Yeah.
weird."
And of all the things to pick to be nice, why
I'm just
manicure?
I'm just reading this one here. So obviously, it's a very nerve-wracking thing for some people when they pop the question. And this guy, he was so nervous, he didn't actually know what to say. So him and his partner were walking in the park talking about how they were on a long-distance relationship, and they were talking about how that had been hard. And he got down on one knee, pulled out the ring, and instead of saying, "Will you marry me?" he said, "You have to say yes," which is very needy.
You have to.
You have to. Yeah, I mean, so there you go. How would you propose, Will, if you were to propose?
I wouldn't.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. If you want to get married, somebody's going to have to ask me.
Beautiful. There
Not
you
doing
go,
it.
Mr. Darcy.
I know. Sorry about you. Like, I'm very, I don't know. I feel like I'm very loving. I'll look after you, you know, but you're going to have to ask. I just ain't doing it. This person, this is my favorite one.
Yeah.
You know, when you go down on a roller coaster
Mm-hmm.
and it takes a picture of you screaming.
Yeah.
This guy held up a sign, like, so it's like single file, so everyone's sat in one long line. So his girlfriend's in front of him, so he held up a sign that said, "Will you marry me?" So when he took his picture,
Okay.
and then when they went to see it afterwards,
That's okay. I was thinking then he would hold it up in front of her going past. I was like, that'd be too quick. You wouldn't read it. And surely she must have been like, "What are you holding?" when he got something out. It's cute though. It's cute.
yeah, I like it. I saw there was one.
Imagine if the sign was sort of blowing around in the wind. You couldn't quite
Yeah,
read
or I don't
it.
let go of it, or like you obviously
Yeah.
you're going down this like steep drop on a roller coaster. It might like tear. You might just like let go of it. The sort of recipe for disaster, if you ask me.
It is, but it worked out well. They got engaged, did they?
I
Who knows?
assume. I think these are all the ones where they said yes. Where it was a weird proposal, but they said yes.
Yeah, I mean it's nice. We want to hear about him. We don't want to hear producer Will scrolling anymore with that noisy mouth. Mouse.
No, you can't do that.
Not your noisy mouth. Adorable producer Will. It's been fun today. We are here for a little while longer. We're going to be playing a game of celebrity couples now. Oh yes, celebrity couples. So we're going to take it in turns to ask each other a question about celebrity couples. Will,
some of these are easy and some of these are hard. Do you get it? Because we did proposals, so now we're talking about couples.
Yeah, I see what you did there, and
Thanks.
the fact that my partner hasn't asked me to propose in 8 years. Anyway, fine about it. I'm not even bothered about it.
It's not a touchy subject at all, is it?
I wouldn't want to marry him anyway, so.
Okay, well.
Moving on. Celebrity couples. Here we go. So, we want you to... producer Will, I'll ask you the first question.
Okay, come on.
In June 1989, Barack Obama met Michelle Robinson when he was employed at a law firm in which city? Very niche question, that.
I think that's a good one. And I know this because I've just been reading Barack Obama's book, autobiography. It's over there. It's called The Promised Land or A Promised Land. And I know that they met in Chicago.
Chicago!
The Windy City.
Did indeed. Me and myself and my partner went to Chicago and we thought we'll have one of those deep pan pizzas that Chicago is so fondly known for, and we ordered like it's like a medium sized one, and the woman was like, Is that for you? Just for you? She was like, too much pizza. That's what she said. Too much pizza.
Too much pizza.
She's like, no, you need individual. Too much pizza for you. And
Yeah,
she was right.
yeah.
There you
We
go.
went and it was ace. I've never been a deep pan person, but it's not deep pan. It's not deep pan.
It's like a pie.
It's like a pie. It's like a proper pizza pie. Oh,
Pizza pie. Sounded
I'm
Italian
hungry.
then, producer Will. Give me a question. Let me see if I can get this correct.
Okay, you'll know this one. Which super couple married in a private wedding ceremony in Malibu on July 29, 2000?
Oh, I don't know if I do know that. Is it
Super couple.
Posh and Bex? When I think of super couple, I think of Posh and Bex.
That's a good guess. It's not Posh and Bex.
Pamela Anderson and Tommy.
No,
give me a clue.
They're actors. They're not together anymore.
Jennifer Aniston and Brad Pitt.
Yes, that's it. Jennifer Aniston and Brad Pitt. Super couple.
Amazing. Beautiful couple.
They are so pretty.
Pretty couple.
Malibu. That's why it didn't work out, because you can't be in a relationship where you're both that pretty.
I mean, look at me and my partner.
Exactly. You're obviously the gorgeous one. You're clearly the Jennifer Aniston in your relationship.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly that. Do you know what though? My partner's very good looking actually, and people always go, "Oh, he's really good looking." Like they weren't expecting me to be someone good looking. That's annoying.
Yeah.
They do. They go, "Oh God, he's really good looking." I was like, "Yeah."
Oh, like whenever I talk about boy fantasy, people will say, "Oh, he's good looking," as if to say, "Will, lower your standards, like lower your expectations."
We are very attractive people, Will, and that's why we're on radio.
And this is why, literally, got a face for podcasts.
Face for podcasts. Here we go. Jada Pinkett met Will Smith in 1994 on the set of which television show?
94. Will Smith television. It can only be the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, surely.
Yeah.
Although he was a kid in that, though.
Yeah, no, he wasn't a kid. I think he was older than. It's like one of these ones that play like the kids in Greece. They're in the 40s.
They're old. They have mortgages.
They have mortgages. They have children.
Yeah,
they've got beards. I mean, they're not in school. So yeah, of course it was Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, and they've been talking about their marriage a bit too much recently. Some stuff that you don't want to hear.
Yeah,
and they're not even my mum and dad. I'm like, oh, imagine their children listening to those stories.
Keep it yourself.
Yeah. Keep it to yourself. Go on. I think they've got books out. That's why they're doing it. Or Will Smith has anyway. Go on. Hit me with another question.
Okay, this one's a bit different.
Okay.
You'll get it though. Who married Carol Willick in 1990, Emily Waltham in 1998, and Rachel Green in 1999?
Well, that was the giveaway, wasn't it?
It was, wasn't it?
Do you take the Rachel? What? I wouldn't have got it with the other two.
Would you not?
No.
Who is
but
it
is Ross from Friends.
Off of Friends.
Ross off of Friends.
Off of
yes.
Friends.
That was a marriage faux pas, wasn't it?
One of many. Carol Willick and I might have got Emily. No, because I would have been thinking about a real person, not a fictional character.
Exactly. It's a bit of a tricky question, that one, if you didn't know.
Can you imagine, like, obviously we've all seen Friends a million, or at least I have seen Friends a million times because it's on all the time in reruns, and now it's all on Netflix, so I've watched it all there. But can you imagine watching it when it was on for the first time, like watching the episode for the first time where he says the wrong name at the altar? You'd be shocked. I would be agog.
It was a great episode. Friends there, classic. We are talking celebrity couples. Who's your favourite celebrity couple, Will? Do you have one?
Yeah, it's me and Little Nas X. It's my favourite celebrity couple.
Yet to be a celebrity couple. But I
Little
think
Nas X, if you're listening or watching, hey boo, say to your device, let's get married.
Yep, there you go. That's all you need to do for producer Will. Get in touch via your device. That is what Backchannel is. You can listen, watch, and make proposals via your device to producer Will. The command to give is the word say, followed by your proposal, can't even speak, or hop onto backchannel.tv, type your proposal in there, and we will sort through them at the end of the day, because there's probably going to be a lot. We're talking celebrity couples.
I also quite liked Shawn Mendes and Camila Cabello, where they were at the something or other, the Met Gala, and there's that video of Shawn Mendes taking a picture of Camila Cabello, and he goes, "Oh, it's giving Cher," and then they broke up.
What does you mean? It's giving Cher? Is that like a saying for the young people?
Hayley, it's sometimes you're like, "Oh, you don't need to explain that to me. I'm not
Well, I
an old
do
person.
that.
I know what stuff are."
I
And
don't.
then you're like, "Oh, I don't know what that means." So it means that the outfit that she was wearing and the way
Yeah.
that she was stood was giving off like Cher vibes.
My Cher.
Yes, your Cher with a CH.
Okay, that makes more sense. Yeah.
It's giving Cher.
Classic Cher. And then they
Yeah.
broke up. Funny that. So, moving on. Sean,
less
if you're
said about
listening
that.
and would like to propose to producer Will or myself, get in touch. Lovely arms on that boy.
Lovely everything.
Jack Twist and Ennis Del Mar were a couple in which 2005 film? I don't know this one. Jack Twist and Ennis Del Mar were a couple in which 2005 film? What are you saying, producer Will?
I've never heard of them. Okay, so I've never heard of them.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know who either of them are. Film from 2005.
Yes.
Like Hitch?
Good guess.
What year was that?
I
That was
don't
about
know.
2005.
Maybe it was. We'll find out.
It's not Love Actually.
But
I bet that was about the same time.
I'll tell you what it is, because it's a hard question, actually, and I didn't know this one, but it is the brilliant Brokeback Mountain.
Oh, I've never seen it. I need to watch it.
Yeah. Do you know what? I haven't either, and I might watch that this weekend.
Let's have a movie night. Hitch was 2005. I'd like
Was
just
it?
like to...
Is that your favourite movie?
So,
That's how you're getting in there?
That's how I've learned everything that I know about talking to people I fancy. I learned from Hitch.
Which explains why he's single. If you've got any tips to get producer Will a partner, get in touch. We're talking celebrity couples here on Hayley and Will show, the producer Will show this morning.
You asked me 2 questions in a row.
Okay, did I?
So
Sorry.
who did English singer?
I didn't, because you asked me about. Anyway, I don't want to be pedantic on the radio.
You can be a bit. Do you want to be a bit pedantic?
Makes a petty listen, doesn't it?
But it does, doesn't it?
Go on.
Which English singer and television personality?
Excuse me.
It's fine. I read the question wrong anyway. No. Come on, William.
Come on, Will. Wake up.
Who did English singer and television personality Colleen Nolan marry in 1990?
If you are listening in the States, this will make no sense to you whatsoever.
None.
But it is Shane Ritchie, who is on one of our was on one of our massive soaps here in the UK called EastEnders. Bit of a cheesy guy. What?
You said EastEnders.
EastEnders.
Yeah, that's a different show.
I was having a breath of air in the middle of it, Will. All right.
EastEnders.
Not my favourite. Coronation Street is. And if you're listening in the US and you do watch Coronation Street, because you get BBC. Do you get BBC out there? ITV.
You don't get ITV, and there's BBC America.
So I've got a Canadian friend who sort of messaged me about the UK shows, and I've really got her into Four in a Bed because she can watch that now. She's like, it's great.
Four in a Bed is great. There is some weird stuff on TV in this country.
Yeah. Well, Four in a Bed, if you're not watching it in the US, you can probably get it on YouTube, and it is glorious. It's really petty English people who own bed and breakfasts. I don't think they have a bed and breakfast. It's like a motel, but with a personal touch.
Yeah.
So you stay in their house, basically, and they go round.
Obviously like an Airbnb, B&B,
yes.
bed and breakfast, but it's not someone's house. It's just like a building.
Yeah, and they go round to each other's bed and breakfast and criticise them completely. And that is what the show is. And it is great, and it is petty, and it's all things that's wrong with the world in one programme.
Beryl didn't serve jam and marmalade at breakfast this morning.
I'm taking 5 points off. Yeah, so if you get involved with that show, if you haven't seen that before. We're talking, though, at the moment, Will, we're getting sidetracked. It is Celebrity Couples Game.
Okay.
Give me a question.
Which couple... I've asked you 2 questions in a row.
It's fine.
Which couple... Well, I know that you already know this one. Which couple were married on July 4, 1999 by the Bishop of Cork in Ireland?
I don't actually know this one, but I'm going to go Bono from U2. because he's Irish.
It's not Bono from U2. I don't, to my knowledge, neither of these people are Irish.
Okay.
You
Give us
said
a clue.
them. You said them in the
Posh and Becks.
Bosch and Becks.
I did not know that they
But
got
they got-
married in Ireland.
I wonder why they chose Ireland. Probably because it's pretty.
Probably because of the press as well, trying to keep them off the sniff of the.
Yeah,
You know, like
if it's
when
but
you're
surely
really
this-
hugely famous and you have to like shroud yourself because obviously you've got a deal, like you're selling the photographs to a magazine afterwards.
Yeah.
But they hide themselves, don't they? And you can't get any of the pictures, so that's probably why they probably told the press it was somewhere else.
That's what me and Little Nas X will be doing when we get married.
Mhm.
Is we'll be holding a private ceremony on an island somewhere, I think.
Yeah, just nice and low key.
Yeah,
You don't have
but
many
then,
expectations.
Yeah, but then we'll sell the pictures. We'll sell the rights to the pictures to, someone.
Yep, big money in wedding pictures. Not mine because it's not going to happen. But there is big money in weddings. So that was the celebrity couples game. Listen, get involved with the show here on Backchannel. We are an interactive show here, people. We are here all day. We've got shows all day. So coming up after us is the Liv Harrison show, Live Every Day. She is here till 8 till 9. And 12 till 2, it's the Anthony Davis show. And at 2 till 4, it's your pal Hal with Hal Rudnick. So get involved with those shows. We're here all day. Backchannel. Got too much fluid in my mouth. Backchannel is the... I know that was... All right, maybe shouldn't have said that out loud, Hayley, to people listening on a breakfast show. But Backchannel is the only place you can listen, watch and interact and hear me say things that should only be thought in my head.
Last week you were drinking juice boxes.
Yeah.
And then you were on like a smoothie phase or something?
I'm on smoothies at the minute, so I'm trying to be healthier, which isn't really working. I don't know why I try and be healthier in the month of December when it's the month where you're meant to eat a load of rubbish, but I'm really trying, Will.
My biggest vice is kids' breakfast cereals. That's the unhealthiest part of my diet. So I thought, okay, I'll give it up for a bit, see how it goes.
Yeah.
So I bought a bag of porridge oats to make overnight oats with. Do you know about overnight oats?
Yes, I do know about overnight oats.
Do you really hate it?
Do you know what I
it's
did?
The kind of thing you would hate.
No, I would be like, oh, I can't stand them. And then I had some and it's so easy to make.
I know.
And I really enjoyed them. And I was like, oh, I can see the fuss now. I can see the fuss.
It's great. And really, as regular porridges, it's just a vehicle for toppings.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's just an excuse to be able to have toppings. So I made some nice toppings. So this morning I had overnight oats and half a grapefruit for breakfast.
Oh, so that is very healthy, Will.
I know. I feel like Gwyneth Paltrow.
Yeah. Lighting your candle, listening to eating doing your yoga. Oh no, they're not up for me. 2 rounds of toast every morning. I could never give up bread because I don't want to at the minute.
Somebody said to me, who was it? It must be one of my housemates. Said to me, "Oh, well, you've been having a lot of carbs recently."
Why are they monitoring what you're eating?
I don't know, but I mean, it's true. I had been having a lot of carbs, and I do try to eat a low carb diet. So anyway, that's not the point, is it?
No, listen, we like to leave the show with a little fact that you can maybe tell your friends in the office if you don't want any more friends.
A fun fact.
It's a fun fact that, you can take away and share it with people if you want to. And the fun fact today, Will, there was a successful Tinder match on Antarctica in 2014. Antarctica, you say? How many people are in my area? There was probably only one. That's why there was a successful match.
Yeah, that's why it was success.
2 polar bears. But apparently the dating app is popular across the globe, but it didn't have a connection on the least inhabited continent until 2014, when a pair of research scientists, a man working at Antarctica's McMurdo station and a woman camping a 45-minute helicopter ride away, found they had matched. Well, they're going to match if there's no one else there, aren't they?
Yeah. If your other nearest person is hundreds of thousands of miles away, you're probably going to match with the person who's only a 45-minute helicopter trip away.
Exactly. It's like, let's just move on. Oh, there's no one else. If there's no one else, I completed
I've reached the end of Tinder before.
Have you?
I've finished it.
I bet you have. Just keep it seeing the same people again. Do you start lowering your standards then when you think no one's matching with me?
No, I start expanding my age. I start bumping up. 30 would be okay.
Yeah, 40's fine. 60, that's great. 80?
No.
100? Yes, Will. Yes,
but it's not the same when you're like, oh, hi, do you want to come over? Like, yeah, let me just fire up the helicopter. I'll be there in 45 minutes.
Yeah, 45 minutes. There you go. Antarctica, very cold, I believe. I've never been. Just what I heard.
I wouldn't. Should we go? Should we do Backchannel Antarctica? I might
I'd
find a
love
date there.
that.
I'll
I'd love
invite
the
all my mates.
Wi-Fi connection. Do you know what? There was a comedian who actually climbed Everest, right?
Mhm.
And he was sort of blogging about it on his social media. And the video, he did a live feed of him juggling at Everest, and I thought his internet connection in Everest is better than mine from home.
Yeah.
I was absolutely amazed
What
by
was this
that.
from the peak or was this from like base camp?
It was like halfway up.
Hmm. I
Madness,
suppose
isn't it?
if there's not a lot of people there, you might get a good 4G signal because nobody else is like hogging it.
No one else is hogging it. I just thought that was the most.
You know what
I mean, he's climbing Everest, and I was more amazed by his Wi-Fi connection, to be honest with you. So probably
really
not.
focusing. I'd be impressed that he can juggle.
Yeah.
That
Used to be in a
seems pretty
circus,
impressive.
but there you go. I can juggle, and we're going to teach you one day, producer Will, because we've got some time to fill here on the show. Let's do it now. No, we've not. We're going to be going very, very shortly. But thank you for joining us today. If you have, we will be back tomorrow at 6 a.m. What?
I'd
What,
really
Will?
love to
What?
be able to tell you, oh, come back on for tomorrow's show because we're going to be doing this. There's going to be a story about this, but I've not done any prep for it yet, so I don't know.
Don't be giving it away. Don't ruin the magic
Sorry.
of this extremely slick and professional show.
I just think you would look really slick and professional if you're like, oh, come back tomorrow for a story about
yeah, it would have,
cheeseburgers.
but then you highlighting it doesn't make this any better.
Drawing attention to it, is it not helping?
No, it's not helping. We're just digging
Okay.
a bigger hole. But come back tomorrow where we will have stories. That's it. That's all
About
we can give you.
something.
About something. Yeah. If you've got a story you'd like us to chat about here on Backchannel, get in touch. Help producer Will out with the prep. The command to give to your device is the word say, or hop onto backchannel.tv. What, Will?
Yeah.
What's happening? You're looking around your room.
Yeah,
like
no,
you're-
I'm
like you're
looking
gonna-
up here. I'm looking at my wall calendar. Okay. So
Yeah.
Wednesday is the 1st.
December.
Yeah. Is that when I'm allowed to start doing Christmassy stuff?
Yes.
Oh,
1st of December.
okay, that's fine.
We're going to have a Christmas fact a day behind our Advent calendar.
Yes, we
So
are.
on the 1st of December, we're going to open a door and Royal is going to give us a little fact. Or we could guess the celebrity behind the door in the Advent calendar. That'd be a fun one, Will.
And
I mean, let's just do show planning on air.
I think we should. That's fine. I'm just taking notes down here.
Yeah, just take notes.
Do you have an advent calendar?
I do, yeah. I do. I like a chocky. A chocky.
Mum and Dad have bought me one because they're cute. I said, oh, thanks for buying me an advent calendar. They're like, oh, no worries. You can't have it until the 3rd, though.
The 3rd? Why? Why the 3rd? Is that when you're
Because
going
it's
home?
when I'm going to see them next.
Oh. So you got 2 days of chocolates, though. That's good.
To catch up on. Maybe I'll just buy myself like 2 chocolate bars to eat on the 1st and 2nd.
Do you know there's a trend at the minute for really expensive calendar? If you've seen these advent calendars,
I'm mad about it.
I really wanted one. Then like a shop of mine, like I'm not going to say the name of the shop, but they do like sort of bath and cosmetics, and they're like, oh, get our special advent calendar. You get a little surprise each day. I was like, great, £210.
Yeah,
I was like, oh,
some of them only have like 12 doors.
Yeah. Because they're still a couple of £100. So if you'd like to buy us one of those, get in touch.
If you want to gift us,
Yeah.
I want the Apple Advent Calendar, so you get a different Apple product for 25 days. No,
how much are they?
It's not real.
Okay,
Hayley. I'm just.
It doesn't surprise me though. It wouldn't surprise.
It would have to be. It would be tens of thousands of dollars.
Yeah.
What else could you have? Or like
I tell you what you do need behind one of those doors, a new mouse that is not as noisy as that one. Yeah.
Also, I think some of those mouse noises might have been my stomach, but that's a story for a different time.
Listen, if you are a regular listener of the Hayley and Allyson show, you will have heard producer Will's stomach grumble. That's the kind of show we are.
It's worse when you call it out, though. The last time you stopped the show to be like, Will, what was that noise?
Well, it was really off-putting. I genuinely thought there was a thunderclap.
Sorry,
on
it was
the screen.
embarrassing.
We're very slick here. We're very professional, and anyone who says otherwise is telling the truth.
Clearly,
listen,
my overnight oats and half a grapefruit was not filling enough.
Not working. We're going to be back tomorrow, aren't we, Will? At 6 a.m. Do join us. Get involved with the show because we love to hear from you. The command to give to your device is the word say, or hop onto backchannel.tv. If there's anything you'd like to tell us in the meantime, stick around for Liv Harrison. She is coming up next, and myself and producer Will be back tomorrow.
We will.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Thanks, everybody. See you next time.
Bye.